Hey, Mike, welcome back to the hot seat. We're going to spend another 5 minutes trying to help CX leaders learn on a new topic around this whole LLM thing. Today, we're going to cover the classic build versus partner decision. So the CEO emails IT, says, hey, let's put this ChatGPT thing into our contact center. IT is probably some combination of terrified and thrilled. So what does Quiq bring to the decision to help execs think about building alone versus partnering? And we got a few things that we bring to the table. Why don't you kick it off?
Sure. So first, I will say that if somebody's trying to decide build versus buy, you can't underestimate the expertise that Quiq brings to the table in terms of how to use large language models. And so what do I mean by expertise? Well, everybody's heard of hallucinations. Do you want to take the risk that your internal team will eliminate all the hallucinations, or do you want to be able to blame a vendor? And we want to be the vendor that you actually blame. So it's a lot easier to blame the vendor than take the responsibility for messing it up internally yourself. So don't take the risk with hallucinations, number one. Number two, we understand how to, in our services and implementation, we understand how to build really complex guided flows. So things like booking a trip or returning an item. Those are complex integrations that require not just like asking ChatGPT for a question, but actually building out a flow that's based on a large language model. And that's a whole different thing than just like answering a simple question from knowledge. So long story short, the services expertise that Quiq brings to the table is a reason why you should work with a vendor like Quiq instead of doing it internally. Christian, what do you think? What else?
Yeah, no, that's a good one. And one of the things that our service team uses is our insights and analytics suite. So, a question after you deploy these things is how are you going to measure the effectiveness of the assistant? Like you might get some crude measure of deflection based on the percentage of conversations that don't actually get escalated to an agent, but that's a pretty crude metric. Like, how do you know if you're actually driving to a core resolution? And then the other thing is like, how are you going to look inside conversations to see where the gaps are? And so Quiq has things like funnels, goaling, Sankey diagrams, all these different tools where you can see step by step how people flow through a conversation and end up either at a good outcome or a bad outcome. And then you can drill in all the way down to the transcript level to see opportunities for optimizations. And maybe that means you need to update an article on your knowledge database. Maybe it means that you need to change a couple of business rules up front. So having an analytics and insights tool suite is a really important component to building good experiences. What else?
Awesome. I've got one. AI can't solve every issue. And so at some point in time, human agents have to be in the loop. And so one of the things that Quiq is very strong at is the seamless integration from an AI assisted conversation into a human driven conversation. And so our agent desktop, we call it the next generation digital contact center. Our agent interface resides inside of existing CRMs. So if you're a Salesforce or Microsoft Dynamics, Zendesk, Oracle, one of the major CRMs, our interface kind of integrates seamlessly into those systems. So you can leverage all the existing infrastructure that you have and allow the conversational AI to try to solve the problem initially. And if it can't, escalate seamlessly into the contact center. And even if you choose not to use our agent interface, because maybe there's a bunch of change involved with implementing a new user interface, our conversational AI can also sit on top of the existing systems you have and use some of the native maybe web chat channels there. So reason number three, the ability to integrate seamlessly to existing infrastructure and CRMs and do that agent handoff really nicely.
Yeah, it's well said. And we're kind of a little preference to putting you in the agent workspace, but we'll put that conversation to anywhere your agents are and can integrate with all those systems. I think the fourth one that we've got is compositional tooling. So a lot of people think that LLM is just sort of what we might call like a single node assistant, right? Like it just goes back and forth and it knows everything. But actually, they do need business rules in and around them. Like for example, what if you're building an assistant that includes a scheduling flow? Like how are you actually going to get all that scheduling input? What if a customer wants to update their account or check the status of an order, you need a place to orchestrate that in a way that doesn't require code every time you want to make an update. And that's something that Quiq offers. So Quiq has a low code compositional AI building studio that lets you orchestrate business rules, orchestrate data integrations and other key data to make your LLM assistant do more than just answer knowledge questions. So if you want to do anything more complex than just, hey, I'm going to answer something on in my knowledge base using an assistant, you need to compose some things and you need a place to do that. And so Quiq offers that as well.
Cool. Okay. Here's another one. Quiq supports basically every channel that consumers reside in North America. So SMS, Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, Apple Messages, Google Business Messages, plain old web chat. We essentially are already where customers spend their time. And so in some of those cases, it's not even possible to, as a brand, natively integrate to those systems because some of the messaging channels only work with vendors who are in the space and don't work directly with brands. So long story short, our platform has all the connections to the existing channels that everybody is already on. And when you're building a conversational experience inside of the Quiq platform, or if you're an agent working inside of the Quiq platform, you don't have to worry about what channel you're in. We have a concept that allows you to send messages, including rich messages like carousels and cards and things like that, or even do payments. And all you need to do inside of the assistant, inside of the automation, is to send a message that says, I want to send a payment, and we'll automatically take care of transforming that message into the right form for the particular channel. So out of the box, you just get all the channels and you get an environment that allows you to not have to worry about developing experiences for different channels.
Awesome. And I feel like that's truly unique in this space where you can create one assistant and have a best-in-class experience in every channel that you're deploying programmatically without having to make multiple bots and build a bunch of code and worry about channel management. So that's a great one. Okay, so in summary, conversational design services, our insights and analytics suite, CRM integrations and agent handoff, compositional tooling, and all of those great channels in one solution.
And I'm sure if we spent another 5 minutes, we could probably rattle off another 5. But okay, we got to stop already.
It's a 5-minute video. We don't have time for that.
Exactly.
All right, thanks, Mike.